So as livestock owners working on a farm, you need to find a way to feed your animals cheap. And I'm here to tell you that there is always ways to feed your animals at lower cost. Let's just look right here. You might be wondering why there's a truckload of pumpkins behind me. After October 31st, a lot of pumpkin patches around your area may either be giving these away for free or selling them at such a discount to get rid of them. That's what we did here today. So we were very happy to have the opportunity that one of our local pumpkin patches was giving away pumpkins for free. So as soon as we heard that, I drove up there. I filled up our truckload plus inside our truck for whatever the largest pumpkins I could find there so that we could help feed them back for our animals at a very low cost for really healthy feed. We also had another local pumpkin patch that I called up, and they said they would sell them for about 75 cents, $1 a piece for pumpkin, which is also super cheap to buy pumpkins. So I'm thinking about going back there and actually getting even more pumpkins that we have, instead of going to the store and buying bags of feed that are gonna cost us about $30. And as you guys may know, most of the bags of feed that you're buying from those stores probably is not as healthy as having just real food that has been grown from local farmers. Your food's coming, pigs. Free food. Yeah, you guys want some? I know. You're just gonna have to wait. Obviously, this video isn't just gonna be about feeding them for free because of pumpkins, because pumpkins aren't something year-round that realistically you're gonna be able to feed them and have resources for so that you can actually obtain these year-round. Like I said, they are really good for your animals and they absolutely love them. Since I'm kind of tempting them right now, we'll give them one, and then I'll get into the extra ways that you can feed your animals for as cheap as possible. You guys want one of these? Normally I would have wanted more of a clean break so they don't fight over that piece, but I thought it was gonna break when I threw it in. They'll just have to learn how to share. The chickens always know they get the little pieces that come next. Yeah, chickens, you want some pumpkin? Piggies, are you sharing? Make sure you share it. And I'll store a few of these pumpkins outside since we plan on using about one a day for the most part right now. And then the other ones we'll store in our shed right here, our beautiful looking shed, so that they stay good. But since we plan to give about one of those a day, we don't really need to store all of them inside a shed or anything like that. They're gonna be getting used up. Maybe you can't find a pumpkin patch that's giving away pumpkins or anything like that. I know it's not always the season for pumpkins, so that's unrealistic to do that all year. Another thing that you can do though is use your resources you have around your property, your land. And what I mean by that is there's always lots of things growing or falling down from trees that your pigs, chickens, goats, anything that you have are absolutely gonna love. So for us, there's a black walnut tree right here that drops tons of walnuts, like right here. And these are another thing that are super healthy and great for your animals. The chickens can eat them, but you'd have to break them down a lot more, where the pigs will just eat these things how they are. So let's fill up this bucket. It's funny, when we first moved here and we saw all these things falling down, it was all over our driveway, we'd run over them. I was like, who realistically would want one of these things? We never really heard of a black walnut before we moved here, but I thought it was just such a pointless thing. I was like, is this something that you can have for yourself? Why would someone have one of these things? The more that we understand here about permaculture, homesteading, we realize that everything is here for a purpose, and the more purposes you can find for these things, the better. So when I realized that these were things that we could feed to our pigs, I was like, let's get the buckets and let's fill these up. And we've been loving being able to have this resource for them. Plus, you get to feed your animals for free, which that's always gonna be a plus. Once again, free food. We filled up basically the whole entire 5-gallon bucket of this. For using these, you could either just dump it for them, or what you could do is kind of just throw them around the area that your pigs are in. And that helps their foraging skills so that they can be able to learn how to forage even better than what they already do, because you're going to want your animals to know how to forage. You don't want them to have to feel like you have to give them all their feed. You want to encourage that for your animals the best you can. If you don't have a black walnut tree, Maybe you'll be lucky enough to have some oak trees around your property, and those will drop acorns. And those are perfect just as well, just like the black walnuts. They're gonna be really good for your pigs or any other animals that you have. So it's another thing to look for. And these are those things, like I was saying, that you need to look around, see what's on your property, and really understand the benefits of having those certain things. The pigs got the pumpkin stuck on the electric fence. Do you guys need me to help you out? Let's make sure it's turned off. There you guys go. I fixed it. Don't put it on the electric fence. Alright, so we got pumpkins, we got black walnuts, and we have a few acorns in here, I think. Let's see. Just a few. We have lots of chipmunks that love eating those things. Alright, so maybe you don't have any kind of black walnut trees, pumpkin patches, oak trees around. I'm sure you have some kind of plants or shrubs or bushes that need trimming all the time. What you can do is trim them down, like we're gonna do with this guy who's overgrown more that we like. Trim it down, and then this is something that especially the pigs will eat. They like eating greenery, plants, shrubs. It's all something that will fill their belly and not have to cost you at the expense of buying feed. And it's something you gotta do anyways, right? Like, we can't just keep letting this thing grow. Eventually we do have to trim it down. So we're gonna trim a lot of this down right now, get it cut up, store it around so that we can give it to the pigs, and they'll chew up and eat it whenever they want. And also right behind me is one of those bushes that grows those little berries that you gotta make sure your kids don't eat. But the chickens are gonna absolutely love these, and they are perfectly safe for them. So I'll cut the few branches that still have a few of those on them also, and that's more food that you can feed to your animals. I'd be lying to you guys to tell you if I know they're gonna eat this or not, but I don't see why they wouldn't. Pigs eat a lot of stuff. So, let's try it out. Nope. All right, it's a win, they ate it, so we can add it to the pile of food for them over here that we have stored at the moment. All right, we spend a lot of our time outdoors, and when you are outdoors and working all the time, you want a great pair of footwear so that when you are working hard and on your feet, that you have the most comfortable pair of shoes or boots that you can find. Well, thanks to our friends over at Hesea, we now have one of the most comfortable boots I have ever found. I am not a big fan of rubber boots, but these ones fit my feet perfect, and they are super comfortable to walk around in and work in. They are the perfect working boot. They keep my feet warm, they keep them protected from any kind of weather. And if you are looking to get a pair of boots that are super comfortable as well, then you need to get onto their website, find what kind of boots you want. There is plenty to choose from, and then use the discount code ACRES12 to give yourself 12% off your order. And the best thing, you have a lifetime 100-year warranty on these things. So I'm telling you, I am super happy with it. These are the most comfortable rubber boots I have ever had. And of course, the very last way to feed your animals, the cheapest way possible, is giving them your food scraps. And we do this for our chickens and pigs. We just make sure that chickens don't get chicken and the pigs don't get pig. We try to decide on our food scraps to decide whether the chickens get them, the pigs get them. Most of the time the pigs should get the most amount because we're trying to get them bigger. The chickens can survive off what we give them for the most part, that they don't need the extra stuff. But these pigs, they can always use a little bit extra. Food scraps, or food that's been in your fridge longer than you would like to consume it back, is definitely a good idea to give back to your animals. We try not to make sure that we give them any food that we really wouldn't think that's good for ourselves. So really, mostly just whole foods. We try to give them fruits, veggies, rice, any leftover raw milk that we have from the farm that we pick up. try to stick to things that are just good nutrients for them, because you are what you eat, so we want to make sure that we feed them right. Bailey, are you licking the food scraps? Especially with the way that inflation's going on right now and feed prices just seem like they're going up, up, and up. I just wanted to make this video out here just in case anybody's really struggling to figure out a way to feed the animals that they have. I just wanted you to see that there is possible ways to do it. As I showed you the pumpkin patch where we were able to, these piggies, they don't stop. Pumpkin patch where we were able to get these for free for people trying to get rid of them. Walnuts that fell from our trees. Another thing that you're able to get for free to feed them. The dead bushes. Of course, you have your table scraps that are always not necessarily free. If you were gonna throw them away anyways, it's always a benefit to feed back to your animals. I really hope this helps somebody out there that they felt like it was just getting really hard to pay for the feed for their animals. Look into different ways, be creative, but of course, make sure that you're taking care of these animals the best you can. You guys have a great day and a better tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys.